What's good, y'all? What's my review for Halloween? Just got back from the theater. Man, this movie was fucking amazing. I will say the title is kind of confused. I mean, it's called Halloween. It's a sequel to Halloween. Apparently, the word tells us Halloween Returns. They should have kept that, but I guess they thought that was too cliche of a title, so they were like, no, let's just keep it Halloween instead of, I don't know, calling it Halloween 9. Which like we're on like this is like the 9th movie, right, in the original series, right? Like, yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, H2O, Resurrection. So yeah, that's about 9 movies. That's I don't know. I didn't just call Halloween 9 because they thought like, oh, that's too high. Anyway, whatever the case may be, Halloween is back, and it's better than ever. It's fucking amazing. I love it. This is definitely the best since the original. I would honestly say it would be better than the first movie if the flaws I had weren't really there, but on top of those flaws, we'll get there. So, the movie is directed by David Gordon Green and stars Jamie Lee Curtis reprising her role as Laurie Strode. This woman deserves an Oscar for a role, but we know she ain't getting jack shit because, yeah, Academy don't like horror movies. Let's just hope Hereditary gets something, because I think, but granted, I would say Hereditary's probably more deserving of that Oscar. I forget her name, but if you guys seen Hereditary, you know the main lead actors in that movie. She should definitely get the Oscar for Best Actress, but we'll have to wait and see if she even gets nominated. Anyway, so Nick Castle and many more, as well as Judas Greener, but I'm pretty sure I already said her name. And so the plot of Halloween 2018, I think I'm just gonna call it Halloween 2018 because that's really a confusion. Is that it's 40 years after the events of the first movie, so it's essentially like H2O. Halloween H2O was to the first one, but the only difference is Halloween H2O was after the first 2 movies, and you ignored the rest of them. Halloween 2018, I almost want to call it Halloween H4O, but that doesn't have the same ring to as Halloween H2O. So it's not like that. It's like they're coming back at 20s. Like, we had Halloween H2O. After 20 years after Halloween, now we're at Halloween. 2018, 40 years after the first movie, and so 40 years have passed. Laurie Strode has been pretty much preparing for this day of Michael Myers inevitably breaking out from his from his imprisonment at the psych ward, asylum, whatever you want to call it, and of course she's prepared this day to, of course, take down Michael Myers. Yeah. So, this movie was fucking amazing. I fucking loved it. Okay, let's talk about the good. First of all, Michael Myers. I love how this movie, like, even though it's been so long since Halloween, they never show you his face. I mean, if you carefully look at it and you can freeze and you can get a decent look on his face and Cersei, but they don't just put his face right in front of them. They still try to keep the mystery alive about Michael Myers and him trying to of course, that he's always been just evil. Now some of you might say, oh, but Glenn, in Halloween 1 they show up Michael's face if you watch it. I'm like, yeah, but they don't just full blown show you just what Michael Myers looks like. They keep it hidden. I like that they did that. I like they keep it hidden, not giving you a full-fledged face reveal. I like that. Another thing, Jamie Lee Curtis. Fucking amazing. She did a phenomenal job as Laurie Strode. The only problem I have with her character is I wish this did take place after Halloween 2, and they did have the aspect of Laurie being, of course, Michael's sister, just because I think that would have been made her whole, her just prepared for this day, and her almost obsession with Michael Myers to, of course, kill him, make it a little bit more believable and a lot more, a lot more believable. Now, I'm not saying it's not believable. I do believe her, her story, her backstory is believable for her, staying for 40 years, preparing for this day and everything. But I do wish they kept that element from Halloween 2, that it was a sister, just to give that extra believability that would make a little bit more sense on why Laurie would think Michael would come after, because she is indeed her sister. I wish they kept that in there, but that's just me personally. Now, Judith Greener, she was actually, Greer. She also did an amazing job. She was actually really damn good, surprisingly. The rest of the cast did a pretty decent job. They weren't, but definitely Jamie Lee Curtis was without doubt the highlight of the movie. She was the best character. Other things I love about the movie, the soundtrack. As we know, John Carpenter did come back for the soundtrack for Halloween 2018, and you could tell because this soundtrack is so fucking good. It's so good. When that Halloween theme starts playing, It is iconic. I just love that thing. Now, some of you I were like, hey Glenn, why was this movie on your top 10 most anticipated movies list last year? That was because I actually forgot this movie was coming out, and plus back then nothing had really come out about this movie other than it was happening. So yeah, that was kind of like I just legit just forgot Halloween 2018 was actually coming out this year. Hence why it was absent on my 2018 most anticipated movies list. So in case you were wondering about that. Another thing the kills. Another thing I love were the kills. Now looks like they did use CGI blood for a couple of them, which is kind of disappointing. I wish they went full prep, but it looks like for all the big major kills, they went practical. They were usually more practical for the big, huge, excellent kills. The really ones where they get like where you really just see Michael going ham on fools. It was glorious. You guys know how much I slash me now. Let's discuss the bad. Now, I don't really have too many flaws in this movie, but the first one is the new Doctor character that they introduced. He is essentially, like as Laura herself says, the new Dr. Loomis, but he ain't got shit on, who played him? Crap, I forget the dude's name that played Dr. Loomis. I feel like a complete asshole right now that I don't remember that dude's name. Yeah, he'll come back to me in a minute, but Donald Pleasence. Donald Pleasence, that was his name. He doesn't have shit on Donald Pleasence. Donald Pleasence did an amazing job, as, Dr. Loomis with the whole excellency, I spent 6 years trying to keep him locked up, and then another 7 trying to contact him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized what was behind those blank, pale, emotionless face was I'm not even doing the lines right, but you get what I mean. Those lines that Donald Pleasence said, about Miles' blank, pale, emotionless face, and of course, I spent 6 years trying to reach him, and another 7 to keep him locked up. Fucking amazing. He ain't got shit on Donald Pleasence in my person, but he was good. He was fine for what he did, but he was no Donald Pleasence. And actually, there was some interesting stuff in that character, which I will discuss in the spoiler section of this review. This will get a spoiler section. Another thing I didn't like was they have this subplot with Laurie's granddaughter with her boyfriend, going to this Halloween dance, and it's super pointless. It feels so tacked on, like it was added in reshoots or something. It really did nothing, and it really bogged down the movie, in my personal opinion. If those scenes were not in there, this movie would be better than the first one. But with those pointless, useless, straight out of some random high school movie bullshit drama, and it's so fucking cliche too. The stuff, I'll discuss more about it in the spoiler section, but it's so fucking cliche. And look, I mean, I'm not too bad with cliches unless they're just really, really bad and really, really obvious. This was one of those times where it was just really, really apparent, and I don't even know why they did this other than just made to add to the runtime or something. That had no business movie. You could have kept a couple scenes in there, but the whole stuff with the dance and everything that happened afterwards, it was terrible. I did not like it at all. The boyfriend, he was cliche. His friend was cliche. That whole scene was just reeked of horror cliches. I mean, it would fit a lot better if this movie wasn't completely focused on just Laurie. If it wasn't just if the next Halloween movie was just based off of her, Laurie Strode wasn't in it at all, it was just her, it would probably fit a little bit better. But when the movie is definitely more focused on Laurie Strode, on Laurie's journey to finally take down Michael Myers, this whole subplot just feels very out of place, And yeah, that's about it in terms of actual flaws I had with this movie. The ending was actually really, really interesting, and I'm very curious if they actually plan on, making sequels to this movie, or they're just going to call it here, because that ending felt like they were trying to set up for a possible sequel, or hell, maybe even another trilogy. I'll discuss that in the spoiler discussion when we get there. So overall, I give this movie a 10 out of 10. It was a fucking amazing horror movie. If you are a fan of the Halloween franchise, definitely go see it. If you're a fan of slash movies, definitely go see it. If you're a fan of horror movies in general, definitely go see it. Next, tell me down below, which of the big three, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and Halloween, which one is your favorite? And which is your favorite of each? And what are some traditions you have on Halloween? For me personally, I just rewatched the first Halloween movie off of my Blu-ray. I have the 35th anniversary digibook. I use every Halloween. I just rewatch that movie and just have a great time, get some popcorn, and I just watch it and have fun. So tell me all that down below. So now let's get to the spoiler section. So for you guys that haven't seen the movie, you can leave right now. So let's begin in 3, 2, 1. Alright. Still here? Okay, let's get started. Okay, so let's first talk about the prom stuff. The prom shit was fucking shit. Like, the dance, she goes to the dance, they're partying, and then, she leaves to take a call. Then when she comes back, her boyfriend's cheating on her, and then they got this whole thing where she's like, no, don't touch me, and then he gets pissed off and throws her phone into the, I don't know, pudding or whatever the hell that stuff was. Dip, I think it was called Dip, and then you got her fat friend that's being like, oh, you deserve better, and like, if someone can't realize what they have with you, then that's their loss. And as soon as I thought, I was like, oh my god, I know exactly where this is going. I know exactly where it's going, because it's like something very similar. Like, and then when they're like at this little, like, after he decides, like, oh hey, let's take this little shortcut with Laurie's granddaughter. Like, they take this little shortcut to get through this dude's house to I guess to get to her house quicker, I guess. And when she gets there, the dude legit starts trying to make moves on her. Like, he tries to kiss her, and he's like, oh, I thought you were giving me a sin. Like, I'm like, no, it played out a lot like in season, like the second half, season with what was his name? Recon tried to make moves on Sugu, and it was just as cringy as that, if not even more cringe, because I saw that shit coming from a mile away, and it wasn't even entertaining to watch like it was in SAO. Ugh. Now, one other, like I said, there was this one thing that I definitely didn't like with the Doctor, was that, around the end of the movie, which, by the way, the whole third act, that third act was fucking awful. Like, in Laurie's house, and, Laurie's, putting in all these traps. Especially, I love the scene where, you had Laurie's daughter, Karen. Yeah, Karen. She's like, no, please, I can't need you. I can't do this without you. And then Michael Posse's like, gotcha, and shoots him. And Laurie comes out of the shed and be like, Happy Halloween, Michael. And that's when I knew that this was the best Halloween movie since the original. With that scene, I was like, okay, yeah, this is the best Halloween movie since the original. Because, oh my god, that scene was fucking awesome. That was amazing. I love that scene to death. Oh my god, that was... I just love how she came out of the shadows, being like, Happy Halloween. Like, she came out like a slime. Like, that's what Freddy Krueger would say. Like, it's like, ugh. Perfection. Absolute perfection. Now, okay, back to the Doctor. So, the Doctor is going out with Laurie's granddaughter. They're in the police car, and then they find Michael Myers. The dude runs him over, and he's like, you killed him. And then the dude stabs the cop, and he's just like, so that's how I feel. Then he starts wearing his mask and puts him in the car, really, what was the point of that? Was that... Because that felt very out of place, and, it just came out of nowhere. If I had to guess, I think that what he was trying to do was trying to get inside Michael's head by killing someone, maybe wearing the mask as well, trying to get inside Michael's mind, because he actually talks about... the Doctor says, I like how they kind of low-key actually did reference the other movies with this, where they said, what drives Michael to kill? And then they, of course, bring up, is it some exponential force that drives, which, of course, is a result, I'm assuming it's referencing the whole cult aspect that was in Halloween's 4, 5, and 6, the Thorn trilogy. Or as our boy James Rolfe said, the angry video name series, the Pink Panther trilogy, because of the titles, is something to the Pink Panther movie, so there's that as well. Which definitely makes me kind of curious on, so I did like that they kind of low-key did reference the whole cult aspect of Halloween, which me personally, I wasn't a fan of the whole cult aspect, especially from what I saw, because I actually haven't seen Halloween's 4 and 5. I have seen the 6, but I have only seen the theatrical cut. I haven't seen the producer's cut where it, really went in with the whole cult aspect, especially with the part that Michael actually raped his cousin. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen those movies. Which I do hope to one day finally see the producer's cut, just to see if it really is any better than the theatrical, because the theatrical cut definitely is probably the weakest Halloween movie I've ever seen. It's not terrible. I can enjoy it for what it was, as a decent slasher movie, but it ain't got shit on the remake, Halloween 1, 2, H2O, and, of course, this one. So I thought that was nice and cool that they released referencing the whole cult aspect from 4, 5, and 6. So that was actually pretty interesting. Speaking of the cult aspect, the final scene of the movie is actually while they're like kind of like where Laurie and Laurie, her daughter, and her granddaughter are kind of just chilling in the back of this truck. We focus on Laurie's granddaughter as the camera pans down to her holding a knife. Her blade, the knife she did to stab Michael to help her out, to help her mama, and they just zoom in on it. And that's when we end. So I'm curious, are they actually setting up, possibly going back to what Halloween 5 and 4 and 5 were setting up with the whole thing with, I believe, Michael's cousin, where she was going to become the next Michael Myers because of the whole thorn curse thing? I'm curious, are they going to go for that? But at the same time, how are they going to go for that when they remove the whole sister aspect that was in Halloween 2? So am I just overthinking things? Am I just overanalyzing this? Be like, oh, they're trying to set up another trilogy, or because I feel like that whole scene, like you had to have done that with a purpose. You couldn't just like, oh yeah, let me just zoom in on Laurie's granddaughter was the end of the movie on the knife. I feel like they're trying to that they are indeed setting up another trilogy with perhaps her granddaughter becoming the next Michael Myers. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Maybe they'll bring back the curse aspect just without the blood relativeness. We go with Halloween 2 with Laurie being his sister. It's very interesting. Tell me what you guys thought and think about that down below as well, because it makes it legit curious what you guys think of that. So yeah, that's about everything I gotta say about Halloween 2018. Fucking amazing movie. Loved it. Yeah. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you feel like it. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.